We have a little thing where each community that we stop, we got someone that's helping to put the event together. So we call them our angels. So we're calling you our Sydney angel, Tanya. Thank you very much. And also, I'm happy to introduce Sydney's new and first torch champions. We're going to try and do this on a yearly basis, and that's Kirsten and Tracy. And I'm pronouncing Kirsten correct? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good. And they're going to be carrying the torch, and they're representing holy angels as well as Sydney. So what we're hoping is we have over 100 students that are organized from community to community right across the country carrying the torch. We're hoping collectively with all these students that the whole country will be looking at this and seeing the passion and to have students come forward to do this and to hopefully inspire the whole country about how important this issue really is and bring it to the forefront, because it's solvable. We've kept saying that right from the beginning. We don't need to find a cure. The cure is within our country. We can solve this within our country, and we just need to get everybody to recognize how important this is, and that's what we're hoping to do collectively, from St. John's all the way to Victoria, 150 different cities and towns. Collectively, we're hoping that the whole country could be looking at this and finally realize how important it is to have that conversation with your family to become an organ donor. And if we can do that, then we're on our way to helping to save most of those people that are on that waiting list, and there's over 4,000. So once again, I want to thank Darcy for arranging this press conference, and God bless you.
Thank you, George. Very inspiring. So now that concludes the actual press conference, we're going to make our way outside.
Actually, 3 more speakers.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tanya, you have a few words? All right, thank you.
When I was first asked to be a part of this group, I wasn't actually positive what I was going to be involved in, and I must say, I'm very happy that I'm here today. When I first set out upon this journey to help raise awareness, I thought what a great idea it is to have the youth involved, because I thought, it's really important, because there's so much that kids aren't told these days about organ donation and how important it is for them to begin their life realizing that they can help other people. And the one thing that I realized, and especially today, it just dawned on me that regardless of age, organ donation and tissue donation, it affects everyone in every different way. And I can remember, I have a 21-month-old at home, and when she was first born, one of the most difficult conversations my husband and I needed to have at the hospital was she going to be an organ donor? And the only reason why it was difficult was because, as Brian had mentioned, you never want to see harm come to your family, but it may happen. So it's something that needs to be brought to the forefront and something that needs to be discussed. And once my husband and I began to discuss it, it was the easiest conversation we could ever have, because we realized this small, tiny life that we just brought into the world could help save so many other lives. So how is that even a difficult situation? It's just the fact that it needs to be brought to the forefront, and people need to be aware that it's not something that should make you feel uncomfortable. You should be very comfortable speaking about this. And I'm sure, as you can notice, I'm about to have a child any day. And my husband and I have already discussed, it's not a question, it's not an option. We already know that this child will, as well as myself and my husband and our daughter, will be an organ donor if something should happen. Because we realize how much more that this child, how many different lives and how much more this child could help other children should something happen. So I think that's the biggest thing, is that we need to realize that it's not just youth who need to be aware of organ donation and tissue donation. It's older people, it's younger people, it's everyone. It encompasses everyone, and it should touch everyone's lives. And I think that's the most important thing that I've learned so far about this journey. So I just wanted to thank George and his crew for allowing me to be here today to help coordinate everything that's taking place in Sydney. And I do hope that this becomes an annual event and it generates so much more, not even, I guess I want to say interest in what's happening and how important it is to help other people. Thank you.
Darcy, the two torture.
Thank you very much. Now I'd like to welcome and introduce the torchbearers for today. Is TRACEY Martin and KIRSTEN and LEBLANC.
I'm KIRSTEN LEBLANC, and I just want to say that I'm really glad that I can be part of this to help out to raise awareness for the organ donations.
I'm TRACEY Martin, and I want to say that's really an honor to be here and learn about organ donation, because I really don't know anything about it at all. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, George. So far your awareness has paid off. All right, so next we'll be actually heading outside to the parking lot. Top parking lot maybe, George? Or
Yeah,
do you want to
the front.
top,
Yeah,
front,
top.
fine.
I just wanted to say quickly, one of the leading things that we can do as taxpayers in not only the province of Nova Scotia but across Canada is to lobby our federal and our provincial governments to move in the direction that other countries have taken, and that is that everyone is presumed a donor unless specified not to be. So much time is lost in emergency rooms by physicians being awkward or uncomfortable approaching dying family members of dying patients. So many donor cards are signed, but then families are faced with that final decision, and many of them will make a contrary decision for their loved one due to personal or moral decisions. And I think today, even myself, being a recipient of a kidney, I had not even signed my own donor card, but yet was walking the walk, or talking the talk, but not walking the walk. So when you hear it on the radio, or when you hear it on television, you have to really stop and take that second. Sign that card, or talk about it to your families, to the community. And this is amazing. I have said here earlier, though, there needs to be more communication between all of the organizations that are working liver, kidney, heart, lung, all of us, to collectively promote agendas and initiatives such as this. But really get after your politicians. That's where the differences are going to be made.
Thank you very much. And then